But anyways, Jesse, how are you enjoying Anthem?
I only played it a little bit with you. I mean, I played, like when the early access thing was out, I played a little bit. But from what I've played so far, it feels better than the demo, which I knew it basically was going to, because it's just a demo. But I'm enjoying it a lot. Like just going through the world, through the level and stuff, and just looking around. Like we were kind of playing some the other day, and we were doing some free play, and we just we're like, well, let's go back to the to the base and start the next mission. But we just kept on finding more stuff.
Yeah, like an hour goes by. Like we were just flying around the world, and we found some world events, and we fought some giant monsters, and collected some stuff, and did some of the kind of world events, and we were only going to do one, and then we ended up doing 3, I think.
3, yeah.
And then we just flew around the world and tried to, just play and have a good time, and we did, and it was so much fun, just flying around the world, and I've played a little bit more than you, I think.
Yeah.
Just because that's just what I've been doing. So, but I'm enjoying it. We've had a few people comment on how much they are actually kind of disliking Anthem, in terms of they're saying it's really fun to play, but the fun, in terms of mechanics and flying and shooting stuff, it's fun to play, but the stuff you're doing in the game does not feel fun to do. Okay. Matt Phillips, one of our community members who was actually on the latest episode of Nerds Gone Rogue, we were talking in a Facebook chat about it, and he said the same thing. He says he's beaten it, and he said he's gonna wait for content drops to even try to go back to it, because he said he was not having fun with it. So I don't know. I'm not far enough to even consider things being too repetitive or end game stuff, anything like that, because the first real major end game content drops in March. So
yeah.
But from what I've played and the story missions I've played, I like a lot of the characters. I think Owen is kind of cool. Your kind of Jarvis stand-in, if you're going to compare it to Iron Man. Except he's a human. So I think he's funny, just flying around and listening to him. He's pretty funny. He's an endearing character. Zoe, the girl that builds your javelins, is cool, a cool character. Although I don't know if it's just because we were recording stuff and I wasn't really paying attention, but I feel like Zoe's voice changed from the demo to the main game. Because she's super Irish in this game, extremely Irish in this game, and I was pretty sure that she was American or Canadian, that generic kind of American Canadian accent you hear,
yeah,
not Irish. So maybe that's my mistake. Maybe people can write in and let me know, but I was a little thrown off when I went to talk to her, have a conversation with her. So.
Yeah, and I didn't really notice. Yeah, I guess I didn't really notice.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I've kind of go back on people that have been mentioning that they weren't liking it. I've noticed a lot of people though that do like it as well, that I've talked about enjoying it, for what it is. Mm-hmm. One of the things that people have complained about it that I actually prefer is I'm kind of glad that the loot drop stuff, I'm glad that it's kind of the guns are just better stats, and you're just basically replacing those guns as you're leveling up with other guns that are similar but have better stats.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind that, like, because like I've said before in the past, like with the whole Destiny thing, like I just don't care for like the having the guns with different like abilities or whatever. Like I just, because for me, like like the reason that we play like Halo or play like Gears, like honestly all I care about is just like guns that feel good to shoot, and and just having fun, because like I think like the guns really aren't that big of a deal to me in general. It's more about what abilities you're stacking, like for your bumpers or whatever, the abilities that you set, that recharge and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's more what I care about, and just like and doing the different kinds of setups to set those to what you want, how you want to play basically. And like, so for me, I don't really care about that part. I don't care about like the guns not being like overly complex and in their stats and things like that. So I was kind of like pleasantly surprised that it was just kind of basic like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be more guns that will come out, and there will be guns that have different abilities and different like things that they do, or like like I'm sure they'll have like guns that do some kind of like elemental damage or whatever, but like that automatically do that kind of stuff, because I think there are things that you can attach to them, can't you, to make them do certain things or whatever.
You can craft weapons and stuff. Like you can craft new stuff for your weapons. I haven't gotten that far yet, but I think it's mostly for like the legendary guns. Like the purple and yellow guns, but which that's fine. It's kind of like like Destiny is similar to that too. Yeah,
but
I actually played a little bit of Destiny this week to compare some of the things to Anthem. Yeah, and the thing I like about Destiny that I'm not getting from Anthem are your attachment to the guns, because the guns are like, when you find a gun in Destiny, it's kind of like, oh man, this weapon's awesome. I'm gonna like save this or infuse stuff into it. But like you said in Anthem, I think the thing about Anthem is like becoming attached to your javelin and the abilities you attach to it to create combos with your friends, which is something that is actually kind of lacking in Destiny. Like it's there. Like you have your Defender Titan, well, not Defender Titan anymore. You're like you have you can combine abilities to do things in terms of like making bosses easier to fight or things like that, but it's not on the level that I've seen people do in Anthem, right? Yeah. And so I've played 6 hours of Anthem, and I've played 2,000 hours of Destiny. So of course I'm going to have a more of an attachment to that style of play at this point. But I think Anthem shows a lot of promise, and it's actually, I feel like Anthem's in a better place than Destiny was when it launched, in terms of like, okay, it's got characters that I care about already. It's got a story that I care about already. The lack of in-game stuff seems more of like akin to Destiny 2 issues, but like I said, like we're gonna get into this roadmap after we talk about our initial impressions here. They've laid out a 90-day roadmap already, which is something Destiny didn't really do, right? They're just like, oh, we'll put out content when it's done, when we feel like it, you know? And so I think Anthem has the structure of a game that's going to be great one day. It's just how soon can they get that out there, and I don't mind playing Anthem for 50 or 60 hours and putting it down until the next content drop,
Yeah.
I don't.
So we're gonna have plenty of other games that we're gonna be wanting to play anyways.
I mean,
so it probably benefits us.
I mean, Destiny
Division.
Season of the Drifter drops in March, and then the Division drops in the middle of March, and this first act drops towards the end of March. So it's like, plus like there's so many other games anyway, like especially like Switch games, because we do cover a Nintendo podcast. And so, like, I'll be playing a lot of stuff on that, and, well, according to some recent rumors, a lot more than just Nintendo games, apparently, and then by the end of the year, thanks Xbox Game Pass, Ed and I were talking about that today, by the way, the Xbox Game Pass stuff on PowBlock, and as soon as we got done, I read that Google is going to actually try to do the same thing on Switch. Oh, there's a rumor going around that their cloud gaming thing is also going to be somehow on Switch or something. So, man,
that'll be interesting.
We'll talk about that more on Arsenal X later. But like, I'm really enjoying my time with Anthem right now, and I'm going to take the time to enjoy Anthem instead of trying to rush through it and get to where I need to go. Because I think that was a big mistake I made with Destiny a lot. Was like, I tried to rush through a lot of Destiny's content instead of just enjoying it,
Yeah.
And then replaying it 3 more times was also not fun.
Well, see, I think that's it though. Like with Destiny, they made you feel like you had to rush through it and then try to quick play with the 2 other characters and try to get all your characters leveled up, whereas with this game it seems like it's just you kind of just go at your own pace, you figure out what works best for you over time, and then you figure out like which javelins you're gonna want to unlock as you level up to unlock more of them.
And it's awesome because you don't have to replay anything. You just unlock them and load them up with the weapons that you have, because your level's tied to your pilot, and so you just create the loadouts you want, and you save the loadouts, and you load them up into your javelin when you get in the javelin you want to play as, So, and I actually really dig the Ranger a lot. I mean, I really like the Colossus also, but the Ranger is just a solid all around character or javelin. It's like I a lot of people are playing as Storms. I haven't seen anybody really play as an Interceptor yet, to be honest with you.
Like I played as the Interceptor a little bit, and it wasn't horrible, but it was like like mostly a melee character. And I've just never really been a big fan of melee stuff. Like, I mean, when we were playing the other day, or I don't know if it was when you were playing with me. I just remember the other day when I was playing there, I remember someone having an Interceptor, because every time I went to go try to kill something, the person would be meleeing the crap out of everything. And I'd be shooting at something that basically just would die right away because they're meleeing and killing them all instantly. So like it's I mean it's definitely the Interceptor is definitely a change of pace, and it's like you don't really worry about using guns as much, but I don't know, I just like the like all the special weapons and stuff that the Ranger has. So I really like the weapons I have found. I like the assault rifles a lot. I found this one that has a low rate of fire, but it has high impact, and I find that I really like that a lot. I found it was actually part of the pre-order thing. If you pre-ordered it and pre-ordered the Legion of Dawn edition, you got the level 18 marksman rifle already fully leveled up. It's like already an epic piece of gear,
and
Yeah.
so I have that. It's the marksman rifles are fine. I don't really like sniping in the third person.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really do what the Division does, where like when you get a sniper rifle in the Division, you actually aim down the sights when you have a sniper rifle. Most of them, at
Yeah.
least. So that's not fun. But like, I do like the scout type rifles too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I haven't really found any burst rifles. I did find an automatic pistol, which I really liked. It was like a 12 round automatic pistol. I really liked.
Okay. I have a burst rifle that is actually pretty good. Like with the first burst shot, it usually like will just take like 3/4 of the enemy's life, and then the second burst you basically finish them off. Yeah, I mean, I like it. It works pretty good because I think right now, actually, I think I have the burst as my secondary, and auto as my first, as my main, if I remember correctly. Because then that way I kind of have it, if I want to, like, for like more of bosses and stuff, I like to have a burst because you can just kind of get a good, like good chunk of damage per burst. And just kind of, like take your time aiming at areas if you need to, or whatever.
Yeah.
But because I feel like a lot of times when you're going against bosses, if you're just using an automatic, it doesn't feel like as effective sometimes, depending on the game, or the gun anyway. But yeah, I like it so far. I kind of want to look into maybe switching to scout rifle too, and just kind of try to get a feel for a lot of, more of the weapons, and just kind of really figure out what I want to use. But so far, I like the feel of pretty much all the weapons. Like the pistols, some of the pistols are pretty good. I didn't use them in the full game, but I was using them in the demo. And I kind of like some of the pistols. One of the pistols I have is like practically like as powerful as a sniper rifle. Like it has a lot of damage, does a lot of damage. I think it was like 92 damage or something like that per shot. I think it's basically like a hand cannon. Like in Destiny, they had the hand cannons that were super powerful. So I think that's basically what it is, but the one thing I kind of hope I hope you can kind of like customize like the looks of your guns eventually. That's something that I feel like like Destiny had that I would like to see them try to do their version of basically letting you go in and do the paint schemes or whatever of the gun, and kind of change the colors of things if you want.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying like pretty much everything, and yeah, so
yeah, you'll be able to see by the time this goes up, you'll be able to see the first 90 minutes or so of the campaign, and then what we kind of decided we wanted to do was kind of live stream a lot of the stuff, and then put our archive streams onto Javelins for Hire YouTube page, so you'll be able to check that out there as well. But I'm enjoying what I'm playing of Anthem so far. Let us know what you are enjoying about Anthem, if you are enjoying it. If not, what you like, what you don't like, and then we'll have more impressions next week, of course. But yeah. Speaking of Anthem,